Welcome to Lecture 4, Lagom, part of the Holman Protocol International series. This Lecture 4 is entitled Create a Healthy Home. We spend 90% of our lives indoors and about 2/3 of that in our home. And yet, few of us properly consider its impact on our well-being. Just a few changes can improve our mood, health, and even relationships. Here's some ideas. Firstly, number one, get in the zone. UK families spend an average of 58 minutes socializing together each day. But according to Harvard University's Grant study, the 75-year-long study of adult development conducted among men in the US, the key to human happiness is the formation of strong bonds with friends and family. So it's important to create social spaces within your home. Central to this is recognizing the human contact that using a dining table, however small, can bring you every day. It's a great way to share a regular meal, conversations, some eye contact. You come together. Don't just eat in front of the TV. Bathrooms are even more sociable. So why not put a stool or a chair in your bathroom so you can chat while your partner's soaking in the bath? I think it would be pushing things a bit if you sat on the stool while your partner was on the toilet. But, each to their own. Secondly, step up a workspace. 48% of us work from home, and yet 89% don't have a dedicated workspace. Mobile technology means we're not tied to going to an office, but work can all too easily seep into every room of the home and therefore impact on family and social lives. If you work from home, have a separate area so you can close the doors or you're on your papers and files at the end of the day. That will create a healthier life-work balance. Ideally, this should have a good natural light, views out into the garden, plants or greenery, mix of storage options, work surfaces, height-adjustable furniture, and doors you can close for privacy. In an earlier lecture, I showed you that I have plants around this camera while I'm filming. That gives me a background to look at. Now, if you haven't got room in your house, consider a freestanding garden office that's well insulated and has mains power. Thirdly, let natural light in. Good exposure to natural light creates a healthy, balanced circadian rhythm. This will impact on your mood, behavior, and hormone levels. In particular, it can affect our sleep or wake cycles. How do you bring more light into your home? Clean windows regularly, cutting back on foliage, pulling curtains right back. Bounce natural light off painted walls and reflected surfaces. If you need a more drastic solution, replace solid timber doors with glass panel doors, maybe etched for privacy. This will allow light to be filtered from one space to another. If your hallway is too dark, fit a sun tube to throw light down through an attic space or even a roof light where possible. Fourthly, use healthy materials. Over the past 30 years, we've, unknowingly, admittedly, welcomed a whole host of artificial materials and toxins into our living spaces through paints, furnishings and floorings, while sealing up the house with double glazing and draft excluders. We ignore the need for good ventilation to allow fresh air in and stale air and excess humidity to escape. This leads to a buildup of damp and mold, dust and toxin levels in the house can create breathing difficulties and allergies. Vacuum regularly. A more permanent solution is to fit continuous running fans or heat recovery fans, say Dyson or Vent Axia, in areas where there's moisture, for example the kitchen or the bathroom. If you're redecorating, choose paints that don't contain volatile organic compounds which give off gas as paint dries and hardens over time, and furniture that does not contain formaldehydes or brominated fire retardants. For a more natural solution, take inspiration from NASA's Clean Air study, which investigated the air quality improvements of introducing plants into environments. It discovered that many domestic plants, such as ferns, ivies, lilies and palms, could yield such benefits as removing CO2 and toxins and releasing oxygen. There are numerous studies on the psychological benefits of creating lush green interior environments to help people recovering from stress, recuperating from illness, and those who want to re-energize. Fifthly, get the heating right. The thermal qualities of your home impact your mental and physical well-being. Also, of course, your bank balance. An uninsulated, damp, drafty home will be difficult to heat, cost you more, and will weaken your immune system. Before you install a heating system, insulate your home under the floors, in or on the walls, and in the attic. Radiators may be the most common and easiest way to heat space, but their output can be inefficient and highly variable across spaces. Underfloor heating gives a more even spread of a moderate and comfortable temperature. For best results, insulate under the floor when you have it fitted. Reduce noise. Finding peace and quiet, it's a challenge, isn't it? This is a world of mobile technology, room-to-room music streaming, entertainment systems, family life, and external noise levels. In underdeveloped countries, don't drink the water. In developed countries, don't breathe the air. Try finding somewhere to live where you don't hear traffic. Okay, here's an experiment for you. Go to rightmove.co.uk. Try and find a 3-bedroomed house anywhere in England for the following criteria. 3 bedrooms or 2, no more. Garden front and back, countryside views, no noise, but also not isolated, so if it snows you're not totally cut off from everybody. Most of those you'll be able to find: the 3-bedroomed house, the countryside kitchen, the garden front and back. What you will have problems with is the definition of no noise. So here's the key. Say to the estate agent that you want to sit in the garden on a summer's evening at 5:30 at night and not hear traffic. Not in the distance, not nearby. The occasional tractor is acceptable. The estate agent would say, oh, well, no, you can't really hear traffic. And anyway, you want to be near the road, so you've got good access to the cinemas and the theatres and the supermarkets and the nightclubs and the pubs and the clubs. Well, no, access fine, but you want peace and quiet. You don't want access to schools and libraries and airports and stations. We want some access, but not easy access, because that means heavy traffic. You don't want to hear a motorway, even if it's a mile away. You don't want to be near an A road. You don't want to back onto a B road. You want to be away from the road, but not a long way away from neighbours. You want to be away from noise. Can the estate agent guarantee 5:30 Friday evening in the summer, sitting in the garden or lying in your bedroom with the windows open at night that you can't hear traffic? I doubt it very much. I live in Oxford in the UK. There are noisy neighbours. There's a lot of noisy traffic. There's sirens roughly every 12 minutes from ambulances and police cars. There's helicopters, often. Building works, often. Killington Airport is quite near where I live, so quite a lot of aeroplanes as well. There's also trains nearby. And yet, despite all of that noise, these houses in this road are worth over £1 million. £1 million to live near that noise, to live within earshot of constant noise. Maybe people have just become desensitized. So let's deal with noise within the house. First of all, reducing noise that is seeping between spaces can be quite difficult to pinpoint and remedy. And maybe you'll have to soundproof floors and walls and ceilings. But fitting acoustic doors, sealing up cracks in walls and fitting draft excluders round doors and windows will help. Unpleasant acoustics in echoey rooms can be reduced or improved by adding furniture, soft furnishings, fabric drapes, rugs and curtains. And you can minimize the background noise from fans, fridges, cooker hoods and computers by buying models that are designed to be quieter. There's a website, quietmark.com, has a list of recommended products. Number 7, cut down clutter. Having what you need where and when you need it is a great way to reduce stress and save time. It takes the average family 52 minutes to get out of the house on a school day. And this is the root of many a heated word. Just adding coat hooks, shoe racks, storage under the stairs will smooth this activity. 20% of the floor area of a room should be devoted to storage. That can be built-in storage, freestanding cupboards, sideboards, or open shelving. Each room will have its own storage needs for items that need to be kept out of sight, creating a greater sense of visual calm, plus the space for you to display items that mean something to you, paintings, photographs, objects, mementos, memories. As you get old, look back with memories, not unfulfilled plans. Right, number 8, sleep well. 7.6 million people in the UK get less than 5 hours sleep a night. The Holman Protocol International, LAGOM, is all about balance, is all about sleep, is all about quality of life. Sleeping well is fundamental to our continued health and well-being, affecting our ability to focus, affecting our relationships. A good amount of natural light during the day balances your hormone release, improves your sleep-wake cycle. But not all light is welcome, and you may want to mask unwanted natural light with blackout blinds and thick curtains. Maybe at night use colour-changing bulbs such as the Philips Hue to mimic soft, warm tones of sunset to calm the mind. Avoid blue light that comes from smartphones and tablets, stimulates the brain. Switch off, turn off at least 2 hours before you go to sleep. Now, earlier I talked about the importance of reducing waste, and that includes heat loss. Keeping warm at home is a top priority in freezing temperatures, but saving money and energy is important too. So we're going to talk a bit now about reducing heat loss. Let's deal with the first one, insulation. Insulating your home reduces energy bills, makes your house warmer and more comfortable. Huga, if you know the previous lecture, or the previous course from Holman Protocol International. Think about where warm air can escape from, include escape through the walls, the floor, roof, windows and doors, all that energy lost going to waste. Secondly, chimneys. Unused chimney is another common way for heat to escape. If you still use your chimney, then a removable chimney balloon can be used to prevent excess heat being lost at times you don't have the fire on. If you don't use your chimney at all, why not get it capped by a professional? Windows. Draft proofing strips work well around windows. Drafts can emerge from cracks between the window frames and the surrounding walls. Try using sealant or putty to close the gaps. Doors. Use draft proofing strips internally and externally. For gaps between the bottom of the door and the floor, you can buy a special brush or hinged flap draft excluder. Timed extractor fan. If you have an extractor fan in your bathroom or kitchen without a timer, you may leave it on unnecessarily. This would chill your whole house. A timed extractor fan will shut off automatically and remove this risk. Bleed your radiators. Trapped air in radiators stops them working efficiently. If there are cold spots on your radiators, particularly at the top, it's a sign they need bleeding. This releases the air and ensures your heating system is working to its full potential. A radiator shelf. A shelf positioned just above a radiator helps to throw heat forward into the room, rather than just letting it rise to the ceiling. Most hardware and DIY shops will stock purpose-made shelves which clip easily onto most radiators. Disused vents. If you upgrade your boiler, it's likely to have a balanced flue, meaning you no longer need an air brick in an external wall with the boiler. If you seal up any disused vents, you can stop valuable heat from escaping. Gaps between floorboards can let heat escape. Fill these gaps with papier-mâché. It's cheap, and assuming you're not intending to expose your floorboards as a feature, just mix wallpaper paste with torn newspaper and press it into the gaps. Curtains, heavy-duty curtains, or thermal lining for your existing ones for extra insulation. Don't let your curtains hang over radiators, as this can stop the heat from warming the room. So, look at these properties. I'm showing 3 houses currently for sale in Oxford. The pictures are taken from Rightmove Co. UK. What would you consider when buying a home? Is it just location, or size, or running costs, or the coziness? How would you insulate? How would you save costs when you get a home? What makes a healthy home? Health is not just about the outside. The lush sofa, the Aga cooker, polished floors, double locked doors to keep others out. No, to me, a healthy home is about the people. What they bring, who they are, what they give. It is about an attitude, a lifestyle, how we live, how we care. A healthy home is one where we are warm and secure, sure, but also we love each other with a minimum of fuss, lag on. That's us.